I guess you're not gonna go with me today, are you?
No, guys, I think I'm gonna take my nap finally.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello, you.
Well, I'm gonna go hang out at the river for a little bit so I can get some fresh air. I wish you'd come along.
I'm going with Monday.
Okay, we'll have to do it Monday then for you, but I'm gonna head down today. I'm just gonna go out and enjoy the nice weather. A little hot and humid, but we'll just do it. I'll just do it today. Hang out on the river for a little bit. Okay?
Yep.
See you when we get home?
Yes.
Okay. Have a good nap.
I will.
See you later.
Alright.
Hello, YouTube, up here on the riverfront. Like I said, a nice, beautiful day today. To be sitting up here for a little while. Angie and I, we're going to go and do some off-camera stuff a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and do this little video up here anyway. I thought I'd just come up here to show how beautiful the day is today up here on the riverfront. We're on the quiet side today for being a Wednesday afternoon. All the kids are back in school and all that stuff. River is very low for this time of year once again. Well, yeah, I would say very low for this time of year because our wonderful little island right there is still out. I mean, really out. Nice beach over there. Used to see a lot of campers over there one time back in the day, but those days are gone because we end up having a crybaby society we have today, where someone actually see a tent camper over there, somebody camping on the island over there, have a fire over there, they'll call the fire department and try the fire department over there, try to put it out and that. I don't know. It's just one of those, and that's not even city owned. That's actually, those islands are owned by a federal government. It's shared by Iowa and Illinois, basically, but it's considered federal lands in a way. But yep, just up here on this part of the river, up here by our famous showboat. Yep, zoom in like that. Yep. But of course, we're the only town that has at least 3 lighthouses along its riverfront. There's one there, one way down there, and we'll go upriver for the last one right there. There used to be 2 more on this stretch, but those were removed so they can put the dike in. It seems like the Corps of Engineers wants us to remove this one and the one down there, and we're not budging on that because they said we had the most dangerous dike on the riverfront, and this dike's been tested back in 1993 and it passed with flying colors. They did some patchwork in the last couple of years, but that's all they did was patchwork. But those were all down around the bend up there, and ones at the north end of town had some patchwork. But in here, very little to no patchwork, maybe new rocks in places, that's all. But I thought I'd come up here and just enjoy this nice view. Down here at the fountain, just watch a city worker walk around the pond, tossing some round disc. The brown disc is supposed to prevent algae from forming in the water there, and also keeps the fountain somewhat clean and free from algae. Basically, that's what it was. That's what he was doing. So if anybody who was questioning that, wasn't me. In case someone else was going by, see what he was doing while he was throwing disc in the water. It's this disc that prevents algae from forming in the little pond there and that. So, and that's what it's there for, basically, because they're about ready to turn this off in about a few weeks. It's gonna be funny. We'll be down here on a warm winter's night. That thing will not be running at all. So if I was you, I freeze frame it right now and put it up for the winter time. I remember years ago they used to time the sprays, so it won't be not just one common spray, but they'll have like a little. There's like 3 or 4 different style of nozzles of sprays going on. You got the circle spray, and you got 4 or 5 regular upright sprays. Then each one was timed almost like a little show that they would have. almost similar to the Bellagio fountains back at Las Vegas. But for some reason, it got to be a distraction for the drivers up there on the riverfront. So many fender benders and whatever, because they were all looking down here at this fountain for this little light show. Now, this is nothing compared to what we saw in Vegas at the Bellagio. Check our videos on that. I think it was the Hoover Dam video where we walked the Hoover Dam, Vegas Strip, and the Big Wheel video where we actually went by the Bellagio fountains. And I'll guarantee you, if this little fountain is a distraction for the drivers up there, imagine in Las Vegas. Kind of notice some trees changing colors. We're just kind of roaming around the park here. Here's that statue. Don't ask me what it's all about. I never did figure it out. It's been here for years, many years. We're on the outside of the ballpark area. There's a dead tree right there. That was a nice shade tree at one time. This is one of the big parks here in Clinton, right on the riverfront. We used to have a lot of events here. And you heard me talk about the past videos, how we used to have riverboat days. We used to have the carnival over there. Before they renovated the stadium, there used to be a little league field here, and there'd be a steel fence between the ballpark and the little league ballpark. We had to cut through here. We'd be a bingo tent here, a couple activities, a couple shows, food stands were lying around here in the corner, up through here. In here has always been a Chinese place. Over here used to be like the turkey legs, and the local vendors be over there. Those old riverboat days. You know, you had your carnival, your foods and entertainment over here, and the show had the main stage acts, basically. Now, I've been hearing rumors, and these are only rumors, that they're thinking about bringing it back in some form. But it will cost the city a lot of money. Just even attempt to even try to bring something like that back in town. Of course, lack of sponsors too. You do have plenty of event parking over there in the old Allied Steel property. Looks like they got fall soccer set up over there this year for the fall leagues. But yeah, we're gonna walk this way. We'll show you some changes up here. Changes since last time I filmed this way. Okay, we're just walking past right in front of the public pool area, which just closed recently for the season. And this is some of the major changes. I remember I walked this way doing a mailing some letters, and they put a couple signs here. I didn't like it. I posted it I videoed it and posted on Facebook. Well, since the construction of the new pump station, they revamped this whole parking situation. Now it's something similar. This parking situation is now similar we find over at the main parking over at the stadium, over at the baseball diamond, where the Lumber Kings play. But this is all brand new. They just opened it. Once they got this done and completed earlier this year, then they had this done and completed. It just looks awesome. Now the main road is out here. This is the main driveway now, instead of here and wherever. Now it's just, this is not a driveway, because there's a foam island right there. I'll show you up there in a little bit. Well, yeah, a lot of changes took place down here. I kind of like it in a way. Now I can walk right here, don't have to worry about getting hit by a car, because the cars are going to be over there instead. So yeah, so it's nice to see that it's somewhat safer, keep the cars over there and not so many in here and that. So all right, like I said, what makes a change, there's a foam right there, like a green island where the grass and trees are going to grow. Yeah, I was just going to show you this little foam right here. That's, remember the road used to turn right in front of me right here. We'll hit parked cars, and now they just made it all go out there and just go use the straightaway. Basically, that's all changed here. And there's a couple other changes I did not like. This is one of 3 of them they did here in town. Don't know why they did it, but they did it anyway. I guess they're still trying to make this town a whistleless, trying to make the trains go silent going through this town one way or another. I've heard that's been on debate for a couple years. Like I said, a lot of changes in this town, the good and the bad. Well, they're doing an all new parking lot right here for the pickleball courts. There's a little, behind that restroom there, there's a little ping pong table there, I just noticed. Skateboard park's always been here, but this is one of 3 river crossings that they closed here in town. I think that was the idea of the railroad, the city. I don't know who, but some people did not like it, but it's the wave of the future. It's now permanently closed. They're going to make this a whole parking lot for the pickleball courts. Right now, let's go over here. Let's check out this ping pong table. Never noticed it till today. Anybody up for ping pong? If you don't want to play ping pong, you can play a bigger version. It's called pickleball. It's been a very popular game here lately because I see this place busy at nights with the new LED lights package that they have here. Well lit. Doesn't look like many lights on the stands, but we're very well lit because they're LEDs. And it's like 4, 8, 16, 20 courts. So it's like 20 pickleball courts to play in. Yeah, it's got to be big recently. And don't forget your ping pong, and don't forget your sand volleyball over there too. Even though the skateboard park's been here for many years, there used to be another YouTuber here in town will put remote control RC cars into rocket packs. I got to name that channel, but I guess he kind of ended this channel when we began ours. I guess he got in trouble for putting rockets on RC cars and launching them off these ramps. It was cool videos then, but I think he got in trouble for it. So yeah, skateboarders are trying to be inspired to be the next Tony Hawk, famous skateboarder during the days. And we're gonna go back on the riverfront for a little bit. It's too nice a day to go home right now, so I thought we'll just do couple more clips up on the riverfront real quick. And this time we're gonna go where there used to be picnic tables, not no more. Okay, I was gonna go up there to sit down here, but I do hear a southbound train, and I gotta cross these tracks because I have a hunch if I don't cross these tracks now, I'll be walking back up to the stadium and crossing there, and I don't feel like walking all the way back there to cross the tracks. So we gotta hurry up and cross the tracks and see if my hunch is right. Because if it's an empty southbound coal train, I will be totally messed up. I do have a video on it too, back in 2016. So we're gonna cross these tracks and hopefully my hunch is correct. Oh yeah, I've beaten the train easily. It's way up there by the stadium. You can hear the train whistle? Hear the train whistle? It's up there by the stadium. So we're gonna cross the tracks now. See? It's got the green light. I'm hoping it's got the green light. But yep, she's coming around the bend, like a Johnny Cash song. Well, let's do a little rail fanning right here. It's a hopper train. It's being pulled by a couple Burlington Northern Santa Fe engines, and it's not the empty coal train because that would be the Union Pacific train. There she is. I would have been safe anyway because this train doesn't usually stop. But we'll watch it anyway, make sure it doesn't stop. But normally the southbound coal train, empty coal train does, because the Union Pacific's got to get back on its Union Pacific lines. This is just crossing over to continue southward towards Davenport Quad-C. Hopper train. That's what this is, a hopper train. Okay, as you see, the train has no signs of slowing down over there. That means right now, the lead engines are now hitting the crossovers over at the Union Pacific Railroad lines. So in other words, they have to cross over to get back to the Canadian Pacific lines, or the lines it needs to go. Basically Canadian Pacific. That's what it runs on. Because this is the end of the train. That's a Canadian Pacific engine at the end of the train. Let me zoom in right there. Had two Burlington Northern Santa Fe engines leading, and that's a Canadian Pacific at the tail end. So this train is really ran non-stop through here, which that's good. I like trains to do that. I wish our Amtrak train was like that, but it didn't. We arrived in Flagstaff 5 hours late. Check out that video. Our Amtrak Southwest Chief train ride from Galesburg to Flagstaff. That was an adventure, drama-filled. Yeah, it's nice to be up here on the riverfront once in a while. I had not taken you guys through that part of the park in a long time. I forgot that there was changes that took place down there. And of course, the reason I didn't go up to that bench that used to be a picnic table, I didn't want to take a chance of that being a southbound coal train. I still would be stranded up there to this time, because instead of waiting down here for the bus, I would be walking back up towards the other end of town, across the tracks there. But it is what it is. I didn't take no chances. I played it safe. Got this side of the tracks. Now I'm here waiting for the bus to go home. Speaking of going home, let's bring this video home right now. Like I said, changes are happening all over the place in town. Changes are good. Sometimes for the good, sometimes for the bad. We're seeing the new businesses brought up. We're seeing old businesses go. We're also seeing changes around the city parks, which we're going to see probably in the next few years. They're really putting some money and some investments into that. Now we just have to bring in jobs, basically, good paying jobs. But the problem is, I hear the same old argument over the years. Yes, we want the jobs, but we don't want the factories in our backyard. Same old argument I've been hearing since the 1980s. Please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe button, notification bell. We'll see what kind of drama we'll have tomorrow. Speaking of changes, you're going to look for a major change with me tomorrow. Guaranteed. Somebody is going to look different tomorrow.